Hi, friends. It's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. Welcome back to another Inspired to Create prompt page. I am playing catch up, so join me. Do what you do, whether you're journaling or cleaning or hanging out drinking coffee. Hopefully they're posting in order. This month is completely different because I didn't do any of them, not any of the 5. So I did a major prompt gathering where I chose all the prompts for all 5 weeks at the same time. And now we're going to see if we can make a page out of it. I've already done week 1. This is week 2. The word of the week was veteran. If you haven't played along, if you're new here, welcome. Melissa and I over at Messy Missy Creates came up with a challenge just for ourselves. We've invited anyone who wants to join in to please join in. There's no late, there's no nothing. Just do what you want to do. But we basically choose a word every week, and then we choose prompts for every letter. But you can do whatever you want to do. You could do a whole page just about veterans. Here in the United States, week 2 of November is the time that we remember veterans. So we thought this would be an appropriate prompt. All right. So here we go. You can do whatever you want. I tend to make pages that go into my Creative Daily Journal. However, this month I did not leave any pages for that. I actually bought my journal. If you'd like to see the journal I'm using, it's right here. There is a video in my playlist below. I actually bought it. And so I did not create this month. And so I already had to add pages just to get it to the link that I needed. And so I did not add pages or leave pages because I had so much to journal this month for my prompts. So what I've done is create just some pieces of cardstock that are the size of my journal, and they will tuck into a pocket in the back of my journal. So this is not a very huge space, right? But we're going to make it work. So, all right, let's see. Our word is veteran. So what did we choose? Let's see. I'll put this here just so we have a reference. Yeah. Want to make sure I have you. Okay. So for V, and again, some of these are repeats, and I'm okay with it. It's like where we're at in the year. It's hard for me at least to come up with new prompts, for a certain letter. So anyway, so for V, I chose vellum. Now I have this little piece of vellum. I also have this. Now, this, interestingly enough, as you can see, is an envelope, which is my second prompt. So E, I chose envelope. So I have vellum and I have envelope. I do have another envelope here. We have other envelopes, right? We could choose another. I'm looking very quickly in my envelope stash. We could choose another envelope. I'm not too sure we need to do that. So I think we can make something here work. Okay. T. Oh, I have them right here. I could just T. I chose tag. Now, I will say, I'm giving myself a little leeway, but this may work. We'll leave it for now. Okay, give me some grace on this. When I chose the image, I explained my whole thing, but for the next E, I chose evil, and I don't know what this image is, and I don't want to offend anybody. So if I'm not in knowledge of who this person is or what this is, then please forgive me. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but I chose this to represent evil. Now, if it's some spiritual god of some sort or some spiritual power, please forgive me. That is not my intention. But for this particular thing, I'm using it as evil. Okay. R, I chose rectangle, which I don't have, but we're going to figure it out. Like, this whole thing is a rectangle. We could cut a piece of rectangle. We could use, anything that's a rectangle. I thought I grabbed a card actually. That's really weird. I thought I grabbed a rectangle card. Here's a card right here because it was in this pile is why I know I had it. Okay, let me look in my book where I was keeping these really quickly just to make sure, because I grabbed a card to use. I remember. And it's not in here. So, oh, it's in the next one. Oh, I used it twice. Interesting. Well, I used rectangle twice. Well, that's not good. We're going to use rectangle for the next one. So this R is not going to be a rectangle, and this means this needs to change. And the one I was toying with was rose, as in the color rose. Like I was looking for an R, like rose color. Wonder if there is another color that's, well, rust. Rust would start with R. Okay, now I'm thinking, hold on. Okay, we're gonna have to think a little bit about that. I chose anchor. Again, this was just random. I was going through my books, going through my stash. You can watch the video below. And again, I know a lot of this is like things. So sometimes we choose prompts that are like acrylic paint, for an example, or scrape, or mark making. So if we could choose something that started with R, like we've used rough before, or ripped. I don't know. Okay, so we're kind of stuck here for a second until I can figure out that. And then for N, I chose netting. Now this is actually the piece that like started the whole, this is the one thing on the page that I don't want to change. Now, interestingly enough, I don't like it on the page because it's yellow. So we're going to work with it, but I wanted to use it very badly. This is obviously off my lemon bag today, and love to use stuff like this in my daily journal, as well as like these fun prompts. So excuse the nose, guys. It's week 3 of the new job and I'm not sick yet. So, you know, I'm popping all the nutrients and eating as healthy as I can. And I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to hold off getting something from the little people, but, you know, we'll do what we can. All right. So I'm going to put this away just because it doesn't need to be right here. So I don't like the yellow on the cream cardstock. So we could paint this whole thing rose. That will be super ugly, but hey, let's do it. What color is rose? It's like a pink. I'm looking to see if I have, well, I don't think we're going to mess with that. I would like to. I would like to use my Distress inks, but I don't think that's the best call. So let's use some super cheap paints. Some pink. I mean, there's other options here, but let's make something here work, okay? Let's start with rose. Let's get it out of the way, shall we? Let's see what we can do. Well, I'm just gonna do this. We'll just add layers or whatever. This has some glitter on my brush. Mr. Janky is pretty janky today, but he was just out for the other video. So let's see if we add some, and I don't want it perfect. Can you imagine? Can you imagine anything on my desk being perfect? In the traditional sense, right? Because what we know is that in being not perfect, it therefore then turns out to be, you know. I'm curious. I think this is too pink, but we'll give it a try. I don't know if the crayons will necessarily pick up anything. I'm not too sure I want to, I guess that's going on okay. These are Recollections watercolor crayons. I've had them forever. I have a few sets. I think they still sell the basic set, but they're pretty cool for just adding. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Perfect, right? All right. So, oh, my little clip fell off, sorry. And I think I will take a minute. Hang in there with me. It's a little pink. It's a little pink for Rose, I think, but maybe not. Okay. So, look at that. Done and done. Didn't even use that. Whoops. Okay. So, we'll check that prompt off. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, rose color is done. Now we have the rest to play with. So the yellow on the pink. Ooh, literally my two worst colors. So not happy with that. We're not doing that. This is going to have to be layered more. What I do know is this guy needs to be cut down. Now, I mean, it has a cut line around it, but I think I'm going to go like almost even closer and not have as much white around it, right? So we'll do a quick cut, and by quick I mean quick because I just cut off part of his ear thing. So again, not fussy cutting, we're sloppy cutting, okay? Or messy cutting, I don't know what you want to call it. Again, kudos to you when this brings you just joy. I know a lot of you say, oh, I love fussy cutting things. And I just love, sorry, getting a text. I just love that everyone, you know, enjoys different things. Fussy cutting is not my jam. Okay. I don't know how it's all going to play out, you guys. It's going to be a mismatch. I don't think we have a focal point necessarily. I mean, we have kind of this guy, and then we have this anchor. Honestly, they just both look like tattoos to me. Like, I don't know. I got them out of that clip art book, which I'm not like super, I mean, they're cool. It's just not what I thought it was going to be, I guess, is what. But I found a bunch of images for today's prompts, so that's exactly what I bought it for. You know, because I didn't have enough already on my desk or whatever to choose from. It's okay. You can laugh with me. All right. So let's see. Ironically, the piece that I love the most is the piece that is giving me the most headache. So we're going to have to create a buffer. Like we're going to have to put some white or something. I mean, we could add a whole nother layer. We could add a whole nother thing if we want to. And the envelope is not making me super happy, just like color wise. Look at, I have like 7 different colors going on here, and I'd like to try to coordinate it a little bit. This even matches a little bit, right? We have some pink and blue and yellow. Like this so far is working. The anchor actually not so much. This has like purple. I don't know if you can see the ink. It's not black. It's almost like a purple. It's kind of weird. So, I don't know. I'm kind of just liking him. I mean, it already has a thing out of the middle. We could have him poking through. We could have him, I kind of like him on top. I feel like we need some sort of buffer, so I'm liking that already. And then maybe the yellow goes behind the vellum. I don't know. Stop it. Oh my gosh, the netting is... Okay, stop it. It's going to have to go this way, which is fine. So now we're left with like an anchor and an envelope. I don't know. I mean, I have some envelope vellum. No, I don't. Envelope washi, which isn't kind of, I have this envelope I made. That, that could like take up most of this page, right? It seems kind of silly. The other thing I'm, thinking about is these are going to actually be tags, not tags. They're going to be cards all tucked into one pocket together. So I don't necessarily want too much stuff like that's going to get caught, if that makes sense. They're all like, all of the month's cards are going to be together in a stack tucked into one pocket. And so I'm just trying to think a little bit about like logistically, right? I don't know well, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to have a point. And we don't have to use it whole. We could cut the envelope out. I mean, those colors work, right? And this anchor, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, there's nothing to say we can't use a part of an envelope. We're definitely not going to use this one because, oh, sweet happy mail from my sweet friend. We could use, oh, but we don't need the yellow and the yellow, obviously. That won't work, Allison. You see what I'm trying to do, right? You see, oh, I know what we could use. Duh. It just takes a minute. You just got to let your brain think. Okay, so I have all my security envelopes. And then I have my painted security envelopes. So I'm going to put this one away because it's intact and I could actually still use it as an envelope. And we're going to choose from these. Well, this does not go here. This goes back over here. Okay. Yay, we found something. Okay, if we put, eek, I still am not in love with this. So, I mean, lots of them have kind of blue. We could, wow, talk about colors I never thought I would use together on a page. We could do something like that. We could place the blue under the yellow. That's even worse. Egads. I'm liking this. I like the vellum, the tag, and the guy, who's not really evil. I really like him, but I just had to use a prompt, so bear with me, okay? Yeah, so I'm actually not liking this. I don't think I'll like a stripe anymore. And so I don't think it's going to be one of those, which means maybe we're moving into the painted envelope pile. Ironically, I really like the colors on that other envelope. So let's see here. These envelopes I've painted, watercolor, done whatever to, and then probably just all of them I've put a color of Mod Podge on, sparkle Mod Podge, right? So this is not quite the right colors, but maybe something more in that realm. And again, we could put that over that. We could soften it. We could do something more like that. Okay, so we're in the ballpark. We're in the ballpark. Let's see. So this one has no Mod Podge on it. It has more of that light blue though. See that? This light blue right here. And kind of some of that yellow. So that's kind of fun. But it has no, oh my God, Allison. I mean, it's like the same colors as this. Why do I like this one so much more? Because I'm not loving the rose behind here, but I think we can tie it all in, right? Because this guy has all those colors, interestingly enough. So I think we're in here. I think we're in the ballpark right here more than this one. So we just audition them. We just see which ones we like, right? So I think this one's better. I like that it has the light blue and the yellow on there to tie in with his face. This Mod Podge is kind of sticky because it's all put together real fast. Let's see. I don't think. Sorry, I was thinking. Did you see that? I just stopped. I'm like, oh, thinking, hold on. All right, pulling this one. Nope, this gold's better, maybe. Okay, let's make it work. Let's make it work. This one's fun. This pattern's fun. But I think what we have is perfect. All right. You guys, it's time to change out the calendar paper. All right. Okay, here we go. We have this. Okay, I can use this piece, or I can kind of use this piece, you know, and cut it down. And I'm just curious. I guess I'll cut it this way. There's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to make a decision. That's kind of a fun little... I'll put that in our journal pile for remembering. So this is too big. I think we'll layer and then cut. So I think this guy is going to kind of go, like, I know he doesn't cover the whole square, and I'm okay with that. I just got to decide where he goes. And for whatever reason, I like him this way. So we'll just put him down with just a touch so we have him where we want him. That will be enough to have him stay put, as he's already moved. I mean, I moved him, but you know what I'm saying. All right. I could use a much better glue with a better glue tip, but what fun would that be? All right. So I like that. Okay. And so we'll go ahead and glue down all of this onto the vellum. Now the vellum's not going to like this, but that's okay because we don't need to see the back of the vellum. So I'm going to keep the piece of vellum intact, like the exact size it is. Okay, so it now looks like that, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to put it on here, and I just need to kind of decide where. There's part of this that doesn't have design, so I'm going to stay away from this corner. And I don't know if there's a difference, like, I think we'll just do that. I am going to, because it's vellum, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on him, or it. And I can only work where the actual tag is or where it's covered, right? Not that we're too picky here. And this tape actually does very well on vellum and like not showing through as much. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm trying to get some of this gold, like as opposed to putting it all the way up here, I'm going to bring it down, get a little bit of the gold there, and then still have the gold on the bottom because I like how it ties in that color. And I'm going to use this line where the black mark is to kind of cut it. So I'm going to have a very small border on the sides. Maybe a little bit more on the ends. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. So we used an envelope. We don't have to. If you guys saw the video where I picked my stuff, this vellum envelope was holding all these other things. I didn't want to use it. I talked myself into using it. And now I didn't use it. It's going back in my Happy Mail drawer. Why? Because I am a hoarder of Happy Mail. Okay. Let's, oh, I didn't use the netting. Shoot. It was going to go, oh, and there's my husband. He's home from dinner. He just had dinner for work. I'm down here. Oh my goodness, he brought me home dessert. Is he the best? Yeah, one sec. Sorry, you guys, I don't mean to scream in your ear. I'm going to cut this down to fit onto the page. It's Saturday and he had to work at dinner. Yuck. Okay. So we're working with this. I don't know. Stretch it out a little bit. It's still longer this way. I'm working with this piece. I'm not going to recut another piece. Okay, so that's where we're at. Gosh, and unfortunately, the only thing on here is this anchor, or the only thing left is this anchor, and it just really doesn't go, but that's where we're at. So I'm going to put some tape on here like this. Oops. Ugh. Not good math, Allison. I guess we could glue the corner. I guess we could glue it. I just wonder if the tape might hold on to this more. I guess we're going to find out. Because let's see here. Do you guys save your security envelopes? What do you do with them? How do you use them? I love painting mine, obviously. I just don't tend to use them as often as I would like, so I'm happy to have this opportunity to do so. I'm going to place this over to this side, you know, over here. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if that's going to hold through or not. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I'm going to put liquid glue on this to see if I can get that to hold it down through that plastic netting is the goal, right? And I'm being, you know, kind of generous with it. And we're going to just do that. Okay. I think we are done. Now, what I'd like to do, and I think I'm going to take this is kind of hard to work with. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to take a strip of this and see. I don't know. I'd like to get it through this hole is what I'd like. I don't know if that's going to work. If not, we're going to staple it on, but let's see if we can. Oh, there it goes. I've never tied this netting before, but it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Yep. Wow, that's kind of cool. And it kind of stretches. So we'll cut some of that off. Now, I cannot have extra. If this was going into my page, into my journal, I would cut this edge off, obviously, and then this I'd let hang off the edge because I dig on this. That's kind of cool. I might, if I find some other like blue fun fiber, might add it to this because it's hard to see this. Let's see. Now that's interesting. I could put it over the edge. I kind of like that. How do we get that to stick? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll just try it. This Scotch tape is not great tape, but we'll try it just for fun. We might need a better tape. Yeah, I actually kind of like it wrapped around the edges. So we're gonna do this with the intention that this is gonna stick. If it doesn't, I'll use like some heavier tape. maybe even some packaging tape. If this Scotch whatever tape doesn't work. I mean, it's really like not good tape. I don't know. I would love to say I got it at a certain place and I won't be buying it there anymore, but I don't remember. I don't know if I just don't, you can just tell it's barely sticky. So even when normally when I tip something into my journal, I normally put Scotch tape first and then washi over it because the washi doesn't normally stick. And now this tape is like barely sticking and I still have quite a bit. So I may end up kind of not using that roll, to be honest, because if it's not holding stuff, then what's the point? It's tape. It's supposed to hold stuff. But anyway, okay. I actually, yeah. I like it. I like it. I don't know. I always like it at the end. I am throwing this piece away. Okay, let's make sure we used everything. Okay, again, our word was veteran. And it's kind of cool. These kind of look like tattoos to me. So, okay, we used vellum because there's a piece of vellum. We used an envelope. That's that painted piece behind there. We have this tag right here. We use this guy as evil. We used rose color in the background. We used anchor and we used the yellow netting. So that is all of our prompts. And again, you guys, this was kind of fun because I did not choose them to go together. I chose the prompts, put them in a big pile and like divvied them up by the week. And so I hope you can, if you haven't had a chance, maybe go back and watch that video. It's the first time I've ever done it that way, obviously, because I haven't been 5 weeks behind before. And I'm having fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. So if you are not playing along, please feel free to join in. We would love it. And please just use the hashtag inspired2create_2023. Tag me, tag Melissa. I am always in love with what you guys create. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're creating. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I absolutely love you guys and this community. And let me know. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I don't know. What prompts would you have chosen? Let me know that because I'm running out of ideas for the letters, folks. That's what's happening. So I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care.